The bald eagle, Haliaeetus leucocephalus, with its powerful wings, sharp talons, and distinctive white head and tail, has long been one of the most recognizable birds in North America. Its presence in the sky inspires awe, its piercing gaze and graceful flight evoking strength, independence, and majesty. Over the centuries, the bald eagle has played different roles in human history. A sacred creature to indigenous peoples, an admired yet misunderstood species to early European settlers, a national symbol of the United States, and later a victim of persecution and environmental destruction. Its near extinction and dramatic recovery mirror humanity's evolving relationship with the natural world, from exploitation and neglect to respect and conservation. The evolutionary origins of the bald eagle stretch back millions of years. Belonging to the family Accipitridae, which also includes hawks and other eagles, it developed in North America, perfectly adapted to landscapes filled with rivers, lakes, wetlands, and coastlines. Its primary diet of fish made waterways its most important habitat, but it has always been a versatile predator, feeding also on waterfowl, small mammals, and carrion when fish were scarce. With wingspans reaching up to 8 feet and eyesight 4 to 5 times sharper than that of humans, the eagle evolved into one of the continent's most efficient hunters. Fossils show that eagle-like ancestors already soared the skies long before humans arrived, carving out a niche at the top of the food chain. For indigenous peoples across North America, the bald eagle held deep spiritual and cultural significance. Tribes such as the Lakota, Cherokee, Ojibwe, and Haudenosaunee viewed it as sacred, a messenger between the human world and the divine because of its ability to fly closest to the heavens. The eagle became a powerful symbol of courage, wisdom, and leadership, and its feathers were considered gifts from the Creator. These feathers were, and still are, used in sacred ceremonies, rituals, and dances, signifying honor and spiritual connection. Warriors carried eagle feathers into battle as symbols of bravery, and leaders wore them in headdresses as marks of authority. To many indigenous nations, the eagle was more than just an animal. It was a guardian spirit, a link between people and the forces of the sky, and a reminder of humanity's bond with nature. When Europeans began colonizing North America, they encountered the bald eagle frequently, especially along the waterways that served as travel routes and settlement areas. Early explorers and naturalists described the bird in glowing terms, impressed by its size and commanding presence. Yet the attitudes of settlers were complex. Farmers and fishermen often saw the eagle as a pest or competitor, accusing it of stealing livestock or reducing game populations. Despite these tensions, admiration for the bird grew, particularly among leaders of the revolutionary generation. By the late 18th century, the bald eagle had become a symbol of strength and freedom, embodying qualities the new United States wished to project to the world. In 1782, the Continental Congress adopted the bald eagle as the emblem of the United States, placing it on the Great Seal. The image showed the eagle with wings outstretched, clutching arrows in one talon and an olive branch in the other, representing the nation's readiness for both war and peace. Though some, like Benjamin Franklin, criticized the choice, he considered the turkey more honorable. The eagle quickly became one of the most enduring symbols of the young republic. It appeared on coins, government documents, military insignia, and countless works of art, its image tied inseparably to the ideals of liberty and independence. Ironically, the bird chosen to represent the United States began to decline dramatically in real life during the very centuries it was celebrated on paper and in patriotic speeches. Human activity proved disastrous for eagle populations. Throughout the 19th century, settlers shot bald eagles in large numbers, both for sport and to protect livestock. Some states even offered bounties, encouraging widespread killing. Expanding settlements destroyed habitats as forests were cleared and wetlands drained. Industrialization introduced pollution into rivers and lakes, further reducing the eagle's food sources. By the 20th century, the pressures intensified with the introduction of pesticides. The chemical DDT, widely used after World War II, accumulated in the bodies of fish and, consequently, in the eagles that fed on them. The result was eggshell thinning, which caused eggs to break during incubation, leading to catastrophic reproductive failure. By the 1960s, the situation was dire. In the lower 48 states, only about 400 to 500 nesting pairs remained, and extinction seemed possible. The irony was painful. The very creature chosen as the nation's emblem faced eradication at the hands of the same nation it symbolized. Yet this crisis also sparked a turning point in the public's attitude toward wildlife and the environment. Conservation efforts began to gather momentum. In 1940, Congress had passed the Bald Eagle Protection Act, making it illegal to kill, sell, or possess bald eagles, their nests, or their feathers. This was one of the first major federal laws dedicated to protecting a single species. Later, as awareness of the dangers of DDT grew, the Environmental Protection Agency banned its use in 1972, a critical move that allowed eagle populations to begin recovering. The Endangered Species Act of 1973 provided additional protection, mandating habitat preservation and recovery programs. Captive breeding and reintroduction projects brought eagles back to regions where they had disappeared, while stricter environmental regulations improved the quality of lakes and rivers that served as hunting grounds. The turnaround was slow at first, but by the 1980s and 1990s, populations began to rebound significantly. Eagles returned to old nesting territories, and new pairs were established in areas where they had not been seen for decades. By 1995, the species was reclassified from endangered to threatened, reflecting the success of recovery efforts. In 2007, after years of steady growth, the bald eagle was officially removed from the federal endangered species list, though it continues to be protected under the Bald and Golden Eagle Protection Act. Today, bald eagles number in the hundreds of thousands across North America, with tens of thousands nesting pairs in the United States alone. They are found from Alaska to Florida, from the Pacific Northwest to the Atlantic seaboard, soaring once again over rivers, coastlines, and forests. Their resurgence is one of the greatest conservation success stories in modern history, often cited as proof that species can recover if given legal protection, restored habitats, and freedom from harmful pollutants. The bald eagle remains a powerful cultural symbol, appearing not only in official emblems, but also in art, literature, and media. For many Americans, seeing an eagle soar above a river or perch atop a tall pine tree is both a patriotic and emotional experience, connecting them to the bird's symbolic role as a living embodiment of freedom. For Indigenous peoples, the eagle continues to hold sacred meaning, its feathers still used in traditional ceremonies, a reminder that its spiritual role long predates its adoption as a national emblem. Federal policies allow Indigenous communities to request eagle feathers for ceremonial use, reflecting a balance between cultural heritage and conservation needs. The history of the bald eagle is a story of resilience and renewal. From sacred messenger to national symbol, from persecuted nuisance to endangered species, and finally from near extinction to recovery. The eagle's journey reflects humanity's complex and evolving relationship with the natural world. Once driven to the edge by ignorance and exploitation, it has rebounded thanks to awareness, legislation, and collective action. Today, when a bald eagle spreads its wings against the sky, it represents not only freedom, but also the possibility of healing the wounds humans have inflicted on nature.